The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Steady, steady, steady. That's Kenny Clark. And then there's those flashes, as we just saw there, as he gets to the quarterback. You can always rely on him to hold down the defensive front for the Green Bay Packers.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Where they pick up 25 as they convert on third. For an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Working out of the gun. Love. Throw left side is complete to Reed. This is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 28. Love now. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Jaden Reed with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Carlson's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week they're coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Indeed, they have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
On second down, here's Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams, and they're able to bring him down at the 20. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in a loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And
it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson on for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
21-0 our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Back to throw. Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's Lucas Van Ness there to drop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Stafford. Room here to run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. More than one defender there. And that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Matt Ioannidis pulling his way in and sticking him to the turf. Cade York on now for the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. To throw now. Here's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It's caught inside the 25. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing. Love. That's hauled in by Musgrave for the Packer touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now Carlson for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
own 21-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. That's good for 28 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the 50, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete here.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And he returns this to the 22.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Christian Watson, 58 yards. And the Packers have got it on cruise control.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down, he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, you're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
On third down, here's Williams. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And making the tackle there, Jacoby Durant. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. completed out left it does. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 3 quarters in the books. Second and goal from inside the 5. Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was at a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. To the 43, second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Now it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by York is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
A short throw to Musgrave. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down. His good running gets him to about the 44. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here.